Vaping is something that most of us have come across, whether it's at school, at the bus stop, or even amongst our friends. It's illegal to sell vapes to under 18s, but that doesn't stop a lot of young people from doing it. Here on FYI, we've regularly reported on the issue of young people vaping. In our special FYI Investigates programme, Kids Who Vape, we spoke to kids who regularly use vapes.
I'm doing it to look cool, that's what all the kids are doing it for.
And we showed how serious the side effects of vapes can be.
On the night before his GCSE exams, Ewan found himself in hospital. He was 16 and his lungs were failing because of a bad reaction to his vaping.
My family got told to come into the hospital because they had to say the goodbyes to me, really. Like the worst time of my life, I couldn't think anything worse.
We even took the issue of young people vaping to the very top of government, to the then Prime Minister, Rishi Sunak.
The adverts for these things are designed to appeal to kids. That's not right. This is all things that shouldn't be happening.
Last year, a brand new law was debated in Parliament that aims to close legal loopholes and make it much harder for under 18s to buy vapes. The government claims it will make our generation the first ever to become smoke-free. But despite all of this, and warnings from experts that it's harmful for our health, many young people continue to vape. Recent research from the NHS shows that 1 in 4 of us have tried vaping, and nearly 1 in 10 do it frequently. So for those young people who are addicted to vapes, what help is out there to support them in quitting their habit? I've come to Alderhay Hospital in Liverpool to meet Professor Rachel Isber, who in January began running the first and only clinic in the UK designed specifically to help 11 to 15-year-olds stop vaping. First of all, why do you think young people are vaping as much as they are?
I think so many children and young people vape now that it's sort of become normal. I think the way vapes are packaged, and even though it's illegal for under 18s to buy a vape, it does look like it's targeted at a younger audience. And then the nicotine, and that is an addictive substance. So if you're a teenager, your brain is very actively developing, and nicotine can sort of get in the way of that process.
I know some vapes don't have nicotine in them. Are they also bad for us?
It may well take another 10 or 15 years for us to find out what the long-term impacts are. Even if it's a vape with no nicotine in it, that's likely to be risky.
And could you talk me through what actually happens here at the clinic and how you help them?
The first thing I do is reinforce the biggest step they've taken is the one to come and see me in the first place, and that we will work together after that to try and support them to cut down and or give up. If they were vaping but they were using a vape that didn't have nicotine in it, we wouldn't need nicotine replacement therapy. But if they were using vapes that had nicotine in and they were vaping a lot, they might need nicotine replacement therapy, so patches or gum. Trying to get to the bottom of why they personally might vape, what their vaping looks like, how soon after they wake up they vape, whether they're going out of class at school to vape. It's not about punishment, it's not about judging. My clinic is very much about supporting, empowering, motivating people. They are the only ones that can stop. I want to make that as easy for them as possible.
And what would you recommend for all the young people who are vaping but want to stop and don't have access to clinics like these?
This is the only clinic in the NHS. For the vast majority of people, there won't be a service locally. So what I'd say to those kids who want to cut down or stop vaping is, firstly, you can do it. It might feel like an impossible mountain to climb at the moment, but you can do it, and people have done it before. There is help out there, there's advice online as well. For those children and young people thinking about trying vaping, please don't. It's not good for your health or your well-being, and children and young people should just be breathing air.
We will keep you up to date right here on FYI on the issue of vaping, the progress of this clinic, and whether other facilities like this are rolled out elsewhere in the UK.